So Sedat Peker, he's been a colourful figure in Turkish public life for decades. He's been around since the 90s in a big way. It's a very colourful career, and probably he's had some close links with far-right politicians over the years. In the 2010s, he got close to the current government under President Erdogan. Now he's made a huge range of accusations, sort of from corruption, sort of allegations of murder as well. Very sort of very salacious, very juicy. People in Turkey are eating it up. He's been sort of targeting this mostly at the main focus of his ire has been the current Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu, who's a close ally of President Erdogan.
Yes, and that's the point here. I mean, it's all salacious, it's very dramatic. Some of it might be true, some of it might not, but it is really trying to reel in and catch the current government. How much damage is it doing?
We haven't seen a huge amount of polling since, but it's come at a difficult moment for the government. President Erdogan is probably at the lowest he's ever been in terms of support since coming to power. And the government's struggling with a really difficult economic situation. Probably not going to be the thing that breaks the camel's back in terms of sort of destroying completely public support for the government, but it does add to their sort of mounting pile of worries. Probably the big question in terms of sort of Erdogan and his government's long-term survival is whether they can get the economy back on its feet rather than these videos as such. That's kind of probably your average voter's primary concern.
Yeah. So far, we've had, 8 out of 12 promised videos. It hasn't directly implicated President Erdogan. Is this building to a big crescendo?
Oh, you can't help but wonder if that's the way it's going. It has that sort of building feel to it, with each passing week, when they're adding something a little bit more juicy or going to a slightly different field. With the latest video sort of touched on sort of Turkey's foreign policy and its near abroad in ways that other previous videos stuck to the domestic front. So maybe it's building towards something about Erdogan or maybe his family or something like this. But I mean, we can only speculate at this point.
Yes.
But yeah, it does have that feeling.
Erdogan said last week that he would bring back people that have been implicated in these videos. So he's not ignoring them. He said he would bring them and let them face the law. What are the chances of any of this now any of what you're hearing playing out in the courts?
We may see some of it come under the microscope, but the current government is probably going to want to avoid letting this blow up too much, especially in ways that could rock its current standing. As you mentioned as well, it's a difficult moment for the government. They're going to probably want to tread quite lightly around this.
Are Turkish people surprised by these allegations?
I wouldn't say so, no. People are enjoying them, but a lot of this has I mean, there's hard to say whether there's any truth to any of these or not, but I think for a lot of people, it's reminiscent of the sort of politics of the 90s and the 80s in Turkey. So there's precedent for these kinds of allegations.
Game of Thrones, Turkey style. Great to talk, George. Thank you so much.
Thank you.